I have conservative ideas. I believe that if you want to speak politics, you have to ask some specific questions. Like, what are your morals? How do you feel on that? Because you could ask me, how do I feel about abortion? I'm pro-life. It's a very liberal stance, but also
You mean pro-choice?
Yeah, pro-choice. Sorry. I'm pro-choice, and then, but also I'm all for my Second Amendment as well.
I'm like,
That's what
I
politics
agree with
should be.
him.
At the end of the day, it's what suits you, because you can have a Republican that has some type of bill or something that's going to be set forth to where it may help seniors and their disability or something, and you may have a grandmother who is only living off that fixed income. So it's like, this is what affects me the most. Once you start throwing all the extra stuff in there, whether someone
It's about
is
But you
grabbing
have to be
pussies
granular
or-
about it though, because just because they say, "Oh, well, we're gonna do that," but you have to look at what's gonna.
Yeah,
what
I mean,
does
you
that
have to
mean?
do your research. Yeah.
And I think a lot of people just don't, and they feel like they can just speak politics, and everyone thinks that they're so smart now because they get all the information like spoon fed to them. But it's like, if you're not actually when people say vote blue no matter who, the reason I have an issue with that is because if you just vote blue all the way down, you don't know what this person's doing or what that person's doing, and this is local stuff.
Well, also, like, you think about policies. Like, you may say, like, let's say, like, Kamala, she said, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do this. Cool, she might do those 3 things that you like, but then there's 15 other things that you don't realize she's going to do that you don't
And a
like.
lot of times those policies are written in with those stipulations, like, okay, we'll give you this, but you also have to do this for us.
Yeah, it's called riders on the bill.
And that's
Yeah,
kind
right.
of why I don't judge people too harshly when they tell me who they're voting for, because you may like certain things that Kamala has that you think is great for your family and the country, and you're going to vote for her for that. But then there's a lot of things that you may think is bad, but you have to
Right.
be like, well, I know I have to take the good with the bad. Same thing if you're voting for Trump. There might be this good stuff, but there might be this bad stuff. But I'm going to take the good with the
problem
bad.
is people think that it's team red versus team blue, and it's like, you're not thinking about yourself though. I mean, or you're not thinking about the greater good for the people. And this isn't basketball. This isn't football. Like, you don't just pick a team. Like, I'm not a Republican. I would never say I'm a Republican. I always tell people I have conservative views. I also have leftist views. But it's like, when I see Trump say, "Oh, well, the first thing I'm gonna look into my second day in office is gonna be cryptocurrency," if that's something that I'm invested in, and then when I look at Kamala and she doesn't say anything about it, it's like, oh, well, there's a thumbs up. I don't want anyone to come and say, "Oh, well, he's racist."